Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Drawing and Talking with me, your host, Freebiewits. And today we're taking a look at another roleplay repository character named Azumi Hamburger. Now, before we begin, I would like to say I'm going to pronounce this last name wrong on purpose. Hamburger. Azumi Hamburger. Just because it amuses me so. Anyway, so Azumi Hamburger is a female kitsune type character who loves tofu and the outdoors. Very generic in that regards, but sometimes simple is best. Now, one of the things that jumped out at me was the fact that she's 3'5". She is tiny. She is a midget. She is super short. Originally, when I saw this, I wanted to draw a gremlin. You know those gremlin memes of Diva being really tiny with a giant bottle of Mountain Dew? That's what I was trying to do in the first place, and it did not go well. I just could not get into the headspace. My brain did not work. Now, this was mostly because I didn't have any coffee, and I was really tired at the time. And then this morning, what you're seeing on video right now is my new attempt when I got a good night's rest, big breakfast, all that stuff. Anyways, I did not end up emphasizing how short she was. Instead, I decided to emphasize her love of tofu because I just realized I don't think I've ever drawn a character for Drawing and Talking eating anything. So I went with the chopsticks, the bowl of tofu, put one in her hand, that sort of thing. Very basic, very straightforward. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Now, the next thing I want to address when it comes to Azumi is her history. It's the fact that she's been passed down from generation to generation as a familiar and eventually ended up as a familiar for her son. And I don't know how the age or how the history would really work for this, but I don't know, it's kind of weird having your own mother as your familiar, your own parent as your familiar. When I think familiar, I think owl for a wizard, or a salamander, or a cat for a witch. I don't think, hey, this magic fox lady is my mother. I mean, it's not the worst thing to happen in the world, and I guess it could be possible if magic and stuff existed. It's just, I suppose that makes it unique, so that's a good thing, I guess. Anyways, Azumi Hamburger is also over the age of 500. It's a very common trope for magical creatures to be actually older than they actually look. I don't know why, but that seems like the first thing that happens whenever someone makes a magical character. The other thing I like about this character is that she's specifically described as an optimist. I always like that, cheering up her friends and family, giving them sage advice. Now, can you play this sort of character in Dungeons & Dragons? And absolutely, there are characters who are really old that start out at level 1, elves being the main example. I'm not sure if kitsunes are an actual player race you can play in D&D official, but there's bound to be homebrew stuff out there, and if not, just use shifters. They're a good template for animal-like characters. LARP's absolutely fine. The tail can be a bit of a problem in that it's swaying around a lot, could get caught and stuff. It's exactly the same issue as if you would have a cape, could get snagged and such. It's not impossible. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who play kitsune in Japanese-style LARPs. I've never seen them myself, but I'm sure they exist. Anyways, that's my drawing and talking video about Azumi Hemmberg, which I will say correctly for once, and I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye-bye. Hamburger.